the former Assassin's Creed franchise director, Mark Alexis Coate, you know, I don't know what the fuck, how do you say something like that, revealed that his departure was not his choice. He said, "I did not walk away. I stayed at my post until Ubisoft asked me to step aside." And so you've got this guy making a post out on LinkedIn. Here it is. We're going to read it. And past 24 hours have been deeply emotional. Reading all your public and private messages, archiving all of them. Ubisoft decided to transfer leadership of the Assassin's Creed franchise to someone closer to its new organizational structure. So let me go ahead and do a little bit of translation for that. They sent this motherfucker to China. They sent this bitch to the Chinese. Thank God. I used to pray for times like this. Holy shit. Finally, it might be good again. Thank God. Tencent? Yeah. Well, Ubisoft had such a... They've had such a... They've been floundering for so long. They had to make a new shell company to move all of their IPs to in order to get Tencent to buy a huge percentage of that so they can make new games. So basically, it's like Ubisoft. You ever seen like a bug, how it gets out of its exoskeleton and gets in a new one? You ever seen like one of those cicada things that's just like sitting on like a wall or something like that? It's like, damn, that used to be a bug, but it got out of the shell. That is Ubisoft. Ubisoft isn't the bug, it's the shell. Ubisoft went, and now that bug is in China. That bug is in China. And so what happened is that Ubisoft had basically such a massive flop that this is like it was like a flounder stampede. It was bad. Like they had Assassin's Creed Outlaw. Or sorry, no, I got them confused. That somehow I can't even imagine what game that would be. Star Wars Outlaw, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Before that, you had Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. That was overpriced. Nobody bought the game. You had to shut down the studio. And I think before that, you had one more flop that I can't even think of. So you had all of these Skull and Bones. That's the other one. I forgot. That's the big one. So 3 strikes, you're out. Ubisoft had 4. Uh-oh. That's a foul. And so guess what? Now they've got a new game. They've got a new company, and they're making new games with the Chinese because the Chinese are buying them out. Now the Chinese have partial ownership of the IPs, and that's it. But I also owe it to my teams, past and present, to say this plainly. I did not walk away. I stayed at my post until Ubisoft asked me to step aside. You want to know why they asked you to step aside? Is because you couldn't do your fucking job. You were shitty at your job. You made trash. The games that you made sucked. They were bad. You got fired because you were bad at your job. That's called natural selection. And today you got picked. You want to cry about it? You're going to bitch about it? Well, all I'm going to do is sit here and laugh and say, thank fucking God. One more obnoxious, self-righteous, annoying Western game developer is sent back to where you really belong. McDonald's. Welcome home. I will not stop until every single one of these people are at McDonald's. We're going to send every single one of them back. And it's going to be beautiful. And everybody, even the people that hate me, will look back and they will say, thank you that you did this. We tried to go against you. We thought that you were wrong. But we have now seen the light. And while we might not agree with all of your viewpoints, the games are better. And we are happy. And at that point, I will say thank you. And I'll wait for it to happen again. And then I'll do it then. This is the shame award. That's right. I will then my work will be over. But until then, the work continues. They do. And it will. You remember birthdays at McDonald's? No, we never had those. We usually went to Chuck E. Cheese for that. You should stick to gaming content. This is gaming content. This is gaming content. This is, you see this, they made a video game. Actually, that's not true. It was a political messaging device. And that's the problem. I'm trying to stick to gaming content. They didn't want to stick to gaming content. They wanted to start politics. They wanted to put politics in the game. Well, now you're not even in the company. They encroached upon our sacred space. Yeah, I never wanted to do any of this. I never wanted to be involved in any of this. Like, I honestly, like, I could have sat in my room and played video games my whole life, and I would have never been involved. But then they had to go and add a girl into my fucking game. And you think that I'm not gonna burn the whole motherfucking place down? Metaphorically? No, bitch. Nope, that's what's gonna happen. You should not have done that. You should not have replaced my main character with a girl that did not even have big-ass titties. You should have never even thought about that. And you did. And this is what you get. Did you read why he was fired? He's not going to say why. He's not going to say the real reason why. He's not going to go and be like, I got fired for this one thing. Because there's probably 10 different things. The reality is... And that's it. You get what you fucking deserve. That's right. And so, yeah, absolutely. And so, like, that's really, would you say a Sam of Witcher 4? Well, no, because Witcher 4, because CD Projekt Red has earned my trust. I played Witcher 3 now. I think it's a tremendous, incredible game. I think Cyberpunk is an achievement that transcends Witcher 3 on multiple levels. I think that their commitment to improving the game and making it better indicates that they have a dedication to the quality of their craft. I think that that was also brought to a precipice with the DLC that was also amazing, that I hear from everybody. I have not played it yet, but I hear from everybody that it was amazing. And so CD Projekt Red, I do not have that energy for. And also Siri is hot. And so that's the reason it's not the same thing. So we sent another one back to McDonald's. But did they own the chuds? That's what's important here. I want to let you guys know that every time, welcome back. See, now it's becoming more popular. Now they know what's happening. They're waiting for it, and they know what's going to come. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Every time that it happens is more content for me. I am a vampire. And that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. Bro, we gonna play a woke Far Cry 7? Yeah. And they gonna get mad and say, and all these people like to say that I am allow the National Guard to be deployed to Chicago. We know they want to prove it. He can do other stuff, right? I think he tries to go with it with one perspective. He needs to do multiple other things too. You might be celebrating prematurely. The person in charge of the company is the new French CEO's son. Yeah, the Guillermo's son. I know that, but read into what the new company is, and they had to transfer it to him for legal reasons so they could maintain control. But they did do I mean, like, I don't want to say made a Faustian pact deal with the devil, right? Because I don't think China is that. But like, that's basically what they did. They had to make a pact with them and get bailed the fuck out, because Tencent, at the end of the day, you might not like the way that China's politics are. You might not like the way that China does its government, or you might not like X, Y, or Z thing, the censorship, etc. But Tencent is such a big company. They do not give a fuck about any of that other than making money. They will adhere to the obligations that the government puts on them, but for the most part, they have their hand in so many cookie jars. They cannot even afford to invest energy into micromanaging the story of every single game. That's the truth. They can't even do that. Even if they wanted to, they couldn't do that. So yeah. And they know what gamers want? Yeah, exactly. Boats and hoes. That's all it is. And so I did see this again, and yeah, I didn't walk away, and I'll go back. I'll look at a few more of the posts about this, but yeah, I want to say that this is another W. This is a huge W for gamers. Everybody's posting the same thing now. Hopefully DEI is dead and common sense prevails. It isn't dead. It is not dead. But it is, you gotta, at this point, it's about stomping out the roaches that remain. Metaphorically. And that's what we do. And this was a big roach. It was a big roach. Yeah, it lost massive amounts of HP. Yeah, it's at 10% HP. And yeah, I stayed at my post. Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, exactly. The digital host, it told you Shadows was doing great, 5 million players. The thing is that everybody that said that, see, you know who you should listen to? Me. Because I'm right. And all you have to do is, so like everybody, because people like that don't think. They don't think, they believe. I already know. I'm beyond that. Because all I need to do is just look at the amount of people that look at stuff. It's my job to fucking look at stuff. And by the way, here's the difference between me and them. I get paid a lot more for my job because I'm a lot fucking better at it. Meanwhile, they're sitting around trying to fucking do members-only episodes on YouTube to 30 viewers because nobody wants to watch their trash. So you can go and cry and bitch about it, but at the end of the day, if your job is to understand public sentiment, I am blowing you out of the water by that by literally over 1,000 times. And I've been right about this every single time. And I don't ever want somebody to go ahead and say, trust me. I say, wait until truth proves me right. That's it. The most humble? Yes. You see the Halo art director quit? Because you talk to people? I talk to myself, too. I talk to myself more than I talk to other people. That's how I know that I'm right. Get wrecked. Fuck off. You should, no, come on. Leech, there it is. Cope, there it is again. Finding out. And it's Ubisoft's decision to hand over Assassin's Creed to someone more aligned with the company. Why am I not surprised? In hindsight, maybe popping a black ninja in the middle of feudal Japan and saying, Dolomite, motherfucker, was a miscalculation. Yeah, y'all gotta remember, like, this is... I really... Where's the music for this? This is actually like nobody even has it. Nobody even has a video of the last boss fight of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, Shadows. I didn't add that. Okay. Y'all ready? Isn't it great? Oh, man. There it is. I don't know what kind of music that is, but if I said the lyrics, I think I'd be taking a vacation. Let me just say that. And anyway, I met Yasuke. I did. This was about a week ago. I met him. I know, you might not believe it. So, 7-Eleven. The time, 2:35 a.m. I'm at 7-Eleven. I'm buying a drink and pastries and ice cream and gummy lifesavers and beef jerky. It's gonna be a long night of jerking off and playing video games and reading comments about how I should kill myself. I had to get ready. Somebody shows up. It's Yasuke. A black guy with a backpack with a fucking katana walks in to the fucking 7-Eleven at almost 3 in the morning and he says, "What's up, boys?" I said, "Hey." Everybody at the beginning was like, but he was alright. Everything was okay. Yeah, he just walked in there with a sword. And, yeah, he was playing Assassin's Shadow. Yeah, bro, he was there. Just some straight up guy. And, no shot, right? No, I'm being serious. I'm sorry I did not take a photo. I apologize, I did not take a photo. I tried to, but I didn't know, like, because he might have been a little crazy, but he wasn't enough to, like, it wasn't enough to, like, aggro him. And so, like, I didn't want to accidentally do it. Open carry swords, yeah, exactly. And so he just goes in there. You can walk around Texas with a sword. I mean, it's fine. I mean, people do whatever the fuck. I mean, really, the problem isn't having the sword. It's using the sword, right? And so you can walk around with a sword. It's fine. Yeah, so he just walked right in, and he just, I think he wanted to buy, like, donuts or something like that, right? And so, yeah, that was about maybe donuts and scratch-off tickets. And, like, 3 in the morning. And that was about it. And so, yeah, I met this dude, and, he was a nice guy, you know, everything was fine. You didn't want to trigger the boss music? Yeah, bro, I didn't... I didn't want to trigger it, bro. I didn't want to have that happen. No autograph? Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, bro had rare loot. He did. It was a nice sword, too. It really was. And, how's the Eclairs index? It's good, actually. This was the same place. And, everybody was reasonable. You know, again, there was a little bit of unsettled nature. You know, you have a guy walk into the store with a sword. And, you know, it's like, ah, fuck, okay, what's this gonna be, right? But, it turned out it wasn't anything. It was fine. So anyway, yeah, this guy ended up getting fired for this game, and that's what happens whenever you make pieces of shit, bro. Like, that's what happens. You shouldn't have made a piece of shit, and you wouldn't have gotten fired, and that's life.